Here's another Reddit post. This one is titled, "My dad almost burnt down my home. I want to let him cook." I'm still shaking as I write this. My father's memory has been pretty bad lately, and he likes to cook. Earlier today, while I was at work, he left the stove on for 2 hours. Fire alarm was blaring, neighbors knocked on door, no response. They called me and I rushed home. Thankfully, I cleaned the kitchen the day before, or he would have burned the place down. He values his independence and is generally good at taking care of himself. I also cannot afford a worker or old age home. Any suggestions on kitchen monitoring devices so he can still cook independently? Okay, we're not going to be able to cook independently, are we?
Maybe with the microwave.
Okay.
Maybe.
Okay, so here's what comes to mind. I cannot afford a worker or old age home. So they might be surprised. There is a home here, so they have an asset. A lot of times people think that they can't afford help when it's just a matter of figuring out what assets they do have. Maybe a Medicaid program that your state has. There's lots of services out there.
Yeah, I mean, I think you're right. And what's great is that A Place for Mom does have a calculator available off of our website, I believe, that you could put in your monthly income, compare that with what you're paying on a monthly basis, whether that's mortgage or rent. And then, like you mentioned, put in all of your assets. And then it will do some calculation as to how much you might afford on a monthly basis. So that could be very surprising,
Right.
Especially if you think about how these communities include meals, they include activities, utilities.
Exactly. This budget calculator will show you what you're spending now and then compare it to what cost of care could be. And you would be surprised at all of the expenses that you have now that you will no longer have. And also, we're talking about safety here.
Yep. And, you need to come down to what's most important,
Right, exactly. Okay, so let's see what our comments are saying here. Sadly, you must face that his cooking days are over. What if he had a tea towel on the stove? You can try a microwave and a toaster for when you're at work. You can let him help with dinner and on weekends. Yeah, very good.
Supervised time, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. One more comment. Any chance you could trust him with a microwave? I love that you said microwave. Yeah, you guys, you were on the same wavelength for the microwave. Maybe do meal prep once or twice a week, or buy frozen meals, and all he has to do is pop a meal in and reheat. That's a great idea. Or check to see if your city or church does a free Meals on Wheels type of program where they deliver meals to elderly that are ready to eat. Some might have outreach sources where someone can come to the house for an hour a day. Oh my gosh, I love the Meals on Wheels. We did that with my mother-in-law because we didn't think that she was eating enough, and they were fabulous. She loves the meals. They are so delicious. They're by a local grocery store.
Oh, nice.
Really well done. And then she can talk to caregiver, or the people who drop off the meals. Really neat. Yeah. Although I would say this about the frozen meals and Meals on Wheels for this situation, he likes to cook.
He likes to cook. I think that's the crux. He likes to.
That's the rub. One thing is you can put those knob covers on and for the stove, or you can have automatic shut-off devices for ovens. So maybe they should look into that.
I like the idea of meal prepping. I think that would allow him to be able to cook, but then still have meals throughout the week. So if he wants to cook, he doesn't need to.
Yeah, no, that's a good idea. Maybe you meal prep together.
Yeah.
Stand at the kitchen together, meal prep. He still has that agency over what he gets to eat.
Yeah, that's a great suggestion.
Really good suggestion.